Nintendo is one of the biggest gaming companies of all time, right up there with PlayStation and Xbox. Their current system, the Nintendo Switch, has a revolutionary concept behind it, where gamers can seamlessly switch between playing on the TV to in handheld mode. The system also has some of the finest games, from Super Mario Odyssey to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. With all that being said, it's clear why the Switch is my only current gen system. However, even I will admit that it has a problem, or rather, Nintendo has a problem, a pricing problem. By the way, I'm not talking about Switch games in general here, I'm more talking about Nintendo first party games specifically. To sum it up really quickly, these games are Mario Odyssey, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart, Splatoon, Super Smash Bros., Mario Maker, Mario 3D All Stars, Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario Party, ARMS, Pikmin, Animal Crossing, and basically any other games from those franchises. Right off the bat, let's talk about Nintendo's pricing. The MSRP, or manufacturer suggested retail price, for Nintendo first party games is currently $60. And that's not terrible. I mean, most other games sell for that much. But the one key difference is that other games go on sale. Nintendo's, in general, don't. My routine for buying a PS4 game, for example, is to wait a couple months until the price drops to about $20. This is because I know for a fact that the game will go down in price, as it always does. But Nintendo games don't. The most I've ever seen them go down is $20, from 60 to 40. And even when they sell for $40 on Black Friday, you won't find Zelda Breath of the Wild or Mario Odyssey for $40. Plus, that's once a year. You can't expect to just find them on sale like you can for PlayStation and Xbox games. Furthermore, none of their games get bundled with DLC except the ports, but we'll talk about them later. Take Spider Man PS4 for example. The game was initially $50 with the DLC Season Pass releasing for $25. Together, that's $75. However, the game was later repackaged with the DLC for only $40, less than the original price of the base game alone. Add that to the fact that you can often find the game for $25, and that's a pretty good deal. However, no such deal exists for Nintendo first party games, and even if they did, I doubt that they'd be on sale that often or at that much of a price drop. So, why is this? Why don't these games go on sale? Well, I think it's more than Nintendo charging money just because they can. I think the real reason is that buyers often associate products that are on sale with bad products. This is reasonable considering things like games and other items that don't sell well often go on sale. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle is a great example of this. It's my fifth favorite game on Switch, and you can often find it for only $20. It went on sale because it didn't sell well, and as a result of the price being one third of other games, people overlook it. Like, if there are two games with Mario and you can choose one, you'd probably choose the more expensive one. It's triple the price, so it must be better. By the way, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle isn't first party, it's developed by Ubisoft and Nintendo characters are just in it. But you should totally try it, the game is actually incredible. But back to what I was saying about people looking at products on sale as faulty products. Heck, I'm guilty of it. I was really into God of War, then saw it at Walmart for $10 and thought to myself, is it not that good? I mean, it's less than 1/6 of the price of Mario Tennis Aces. So, by never putting their products on sale, Nintendo builds the perception that their products are insanely good, in fact, the best, or in other words, most expensive, games on the market. And even though God of War is dirt cheap comparatively, that doesn't mean it's bad. In fact, I've just beaten it and it happens to be one of my favorite games of all time. I like it much more than some of the Nintendo games that I paid 6 times the price for. I also want to bring up that $60 price tag. Since we established that these games aren't going on sale, that means these games will always cost $60, at least for the most part. I said that was fine, but not for all of their games. Let me explain. Nintendo charges the same amount of money for Mario Odyssey as they do for Luigi's Mansion 3 and Mario Tennis Aces. I get that it's to show that Nintendo only makes good games, as mentioned previously, but it still feels like I'm being ripped off. How can Odyssey sell for the same amount of money as Mario Tennis Aces, or Pikmin 3 Deluxe, a port of a Wii U game? But again, we'll talk all about ports later on in the video. You might say, oh, you just like Mario Odyssey better than Luigi's Mansion 3, but it's more than that. There's just more content in Odyssey, with or without 100% completing the game. I mean, there are more kingdoms than there are floors in Luigi's Mansion 3. Not only is the game longer and bigger, the quality exceeds or is the same as Luigi's Mansion 3 graphically. There are a lot more unique mechanics in Odyssey as well, and the moveset is massive. The average playtime in Odyssey also far exceeds that of Luigi's Mansion. Objectively, it is a better game, or rather, more content is there. So how are they both selling for the same price? I mean, I know it's to build the perception that Nintendo only makes good games, but I just don't think it's fair that all Nintendo first party games sell for the same price when some are clearly better and have more content. And don't even get me started on ports. Well, actually, let's talk about ports. Ports may be Nintendo's biggest and most controversial problem. First, some history. The Wii U released on November 18th, 2012, and it flopped. A lot of people thought that it was too similar to the Wii and didn't even know that it was a new console. The design was similar to the Wii and the name didn't help either. On top of this, the launch lineup was pretty weak, and Xbox and PlayStation were about to come out with brand new systems. Anyway, for various reasons, the Wii U failed, and not many people owned it. Nintendo lost a lot of money, but 5 years later they decided to come out with the gaming behemoth that is the Nintendo Switch. There are a number of exclusive games on the Switch, but there are many ports as well, Wii U ports specifically. On paper, this wasn't bad. Not many people experienced the Wii U versions, and it would make them a lot of money which they lost when they originally released those games due to poor sales due to no one owning the Wii U. The problem was they charged the same amount as normal games, $60, and these games came with minimal changes. Normally, ports would be the same game with DLC slapped on there for free. From a Switch owner's view, this isn't so bad. I mean, to them it was like a new Nintendo game. But for Wii U owners such as myself, it was outrageous. Not only did I have to rebuy the same game, I had to pay more. Now, a lot of the games were $60, but some were $50 originally. On top of this, if you had bought used, which I did, the games on Wii U would only cost you about 15 bucks. Even if you buy them used on Switch, they'd be about 50. Personally, I've never cared that people who didn't pay for a Wii U like I did were now able to enjoy some of the console's exclusives. The way I see it, the more games the more people can enjoy, the better. What I do care about is that I have to rebuy and pay more for these games. Like, imagine owning a PS4 and then finding out the PS5 allows you to play the same games you already own, you just have to pay for them again. PlayStation owners would be furious. The only reason fans didn't go crazy about ports to Switch are because not many people owned a Wii U. Also, backwards compatibility wouldn't even work because the Switch uses cartridges whereas the Wii U uses discs. But that doesn't excuse the fact that the ports are so expensive. I mean, yes, as games, I'd say they are worth $60, but not as ports. And you can't look at it as just a port because at the moment, the only Mario Kart game on Switch is a port, and it's the best-selling game on Switch. Yes, the best-selling game on the Switch is a Wii U port. Makes you think that the Wii U had a lot of great games that people just didn't give a chance, but that's a subject for another video. Every major first-party Nintendo game from the Wii U will have been ported over to the Switch. Then comes a different kind of port. Not a Wii U port, but a collection. I am, of course, talking about Super Mario 3D All-Stars. There were a number of things that upset people about this, including dev blocks not being removed, no widescreen support for Mario 64, and the collection being in emulation. However, to me, none of that really matters. At the end of the day, while those points prove Nintendo's laziness, the games are still there, and I'd say that they're each worth $20, so $60 is worth it. Then I found something on the Wii U eShop. On the eShop, you can buy Mario 64 alone for $10. Then why are they charging $20 for the Switch version? By that logic, the collection costs $30. I mean, I guess the games are worth $60 altogether, but the fact that Nintendo sold them for $10 not that long ago, again, the Wii U owners are getting burned. That's why Nintendo made them limited time. It would ensure that people put value to the collection and bought it. If Nintendo kept porting these to every console for $10 each, the value of the collection would go down. By making it a limited time offer, they were able to charge more and ensure sales while maintaining the perceived value of the games. But if they're going to charge that much, they could have done a bit more to clean it up. At the end of the day, I believe $60 is worth it. You are getting 3 great games, but it still feels like what Nintendo did is a little dirty. With all that having been said, Nintendo is still a great company that makes fantastic games. They have some of the most iconic characters under their belt and have revolutionized game design several times. They may charge so much for games and even ports, but people will still buy, which is a testament to how good their games are. While they may have a bit of a pricing problem, I still love Nintendo games and I will continue to buy them.